Hello everyone, this is Ron and I'm back with you with another episode of Empire Coins and Collectibles. Just recently, I completed a short talking about the 1914 German mark, its silver content, and its value with respect to the dollar. And then I contrasted it with its value against the dollar in 1923. That would be in the Weimar Republic with hyperinflation. I wanted to talk just a little bit more about that. So as a recap, in 1914, the spot price of silver in US dollars was 55 cents. And as you can see here, the content of silver in the German mark was about 0.1607 troy ounces. So that means that the German mark, if you do the math, in 1914 was worth 9 cents in US dollars. So we then spin forward in time. We go through World War I, where all of Europe was engaged in that war, and devastation upon devastation occurred. And eventually, Germany lost the war. And as a result, there were constraints placed on it about what it could do, especially with materiel that it might produce to resurrect its army. Their economy, the German economy, was literally destroyed as well. And the Weimar Republic saw hyperinflation raise its ugly head. And toward the end of 1923, the spot price of silver was 65 cents. So, I mean, if we look at the price of silver in 1914, it was 55 cents per troy ounce. And then toward the end of 1923, it was 65 cents. So what that would say to you is even the US dollar lost value. It depreciated. You could buy less with it going forward than you could when in 1914. So what does all that mean? It means that anytime a currency experiences hyperinflation, it loses value. There were 4.2 German marks per US dollar in 1914. And toward the end of 1923, there were 4.2 trillion marks per US dollar. Another way of looking at that is that one mark was worth and there's 13 zeros before you get to $23750. I mean, it was worthless. German money, the German marks in the Weimar Republic, was so eroded by hyperinflation that it was worth nothing. So I returned back to this particular German mark, one German mark. How was it doing toward the end of 1923? Well, that's an easy thing to show you. We're going to clear the screen here. The German mark at that time in 1914 had 0.1607 ounces of silver in it. The spot price of silver in 1923, toward the end of 1923, was 65 cents. So that's 0.65. So what we're looking at is this silver German mark at the end of 1923 was worth 10.4 cents. And yet the German mark itself was worth there were 4.2 trillion marks per dollar. That's the currency. This is crazy. What happened? Hyperinflation happened. This was a time when inflation was so rampant on a daily basis that the waiters and waitresses in restaurants would have to stand on the table and by the hour call out what the price of food was. Nothing was stable. The economy was just a disaster. So I suppose the message here is inflation destroys a currency. Hyperinflation utterly destroys the currency. What happens to silver and its value? It conserves the value because the German mark, this German mark in 1914 was worth 9 cents in U.S. currency. At the end of 1923, it was worth 10.4 cents, I believe, based on the spot price of silver. So this coin, even though it's called 1 mark, was worth 11 cents, we'll say. It conserved the value. Why? Not the coin, but the silver in it. So that's the reason why people stack. I'm not saying everybody should stack. I'm not saying it might be right for you or it is right for you. All I'm saying is that it's right for me and my family. We do a little bit of silver stacking because the currency, the US dollar, is being eroded by inflation. So we have other investments, but we also have some silver that we've invested in and put away. You have to do what is right for you and your family. And with that, my friends, I think I'm done here. You take care, and I will see you in the next episode.